Hey friends! We killed off the moonlight butterfly in our last episode. A ridiculously easy boss. Actually, we didn't do anything, we just stood there. But either way, the boss is dead. And that is our first, I believe it's our first boss soul. So you can use that soul to create a couple weapons. If you're a magic build, you can go ahead and investigate and see if... Oh, the doggos are here. You can investigate and see if that's something you want to look at. We're not a magic build, so we're just going to eat that soul. We're going to eat these other souls as well. As we start continuing. Oops, that's my gesture menu. So as always, thanks for dropping in today. Spend a little time with Bridgeburner 412. It's always appreciated. I hope you find the guides entertaining, if not useful. And part of my goal with these is to let everyone know they also can complete these games. So they're not anything to be afraid of. I mean, they are extremely difficult, but if you follow my guide here, you should be pretty good. Yeah. And again, I'm not a great player by any stretch. I'm a competent player, and that's about it. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. It takes a little stick-to-itiveness, a little bit of ability to handle frustration. So if you're at a point in your life where that's a thing for you, feel free. I'm wanting to get our vitality up a little bit higher. We are going to be facing some bosses and some enemies that are stronger, so a little more vitality isn't going to be bad, for sure. So we'll hold off on our dex to get our other weapon up a little bit. We'll get vitality. The soft cap is 30 for endurance and vitality, so we'll want to get close to that. Oops. That moonlight butterfly didn't give us very much, did it? I used it, right? Yeah, I used it. So it didn't get us very much, but that's okay. We are now going to be entering my least favorite area. There are a couple non-favorite areas for me, but this one is one of them. The Darkroot Basin, and it's not my favorite because of... Let me switch back to my claymore. It's not my favorite because of anything extremely difficult. It's more just the amount of garbage. We've got fast rolls right now, but I wanted to put on the elite set. Incidentally, the reason why I have this ring of favor and protection in this far slot is once I took off, and when you take it off and move it over, I took it off and I hit it accidentally one more time, and the ring of favor and protection was no more. So I don't want that to happen. So the Elite Knight Armor is a pretty good set of gear for us at this point in the game, maybe even for the whole game. But you'll notice we go up to 35, which puts us over 25%. So we are back to our medium rolls as opposed to our fast rolls. So, I don't know, depending on the situation, we might want to, kind of recalibrate. But we'll see. We'll see. There's nothing wrong with having more protection. I don't think you can backstab these things. Or we are right there being able to kill them in 2 swings. I did take a little break, and this will be a running theme throughout the playthrough. I will suggest times when you should just walk away from the game for a little bit, hour or so, eat something, have a drink of something, because the level of frustration is going to be pretty high, most likely. So we're going to come back up here. And it's the boss that we're going to face down here in the bottom, the Hydra. Hydra is annoying. But we are, in this episode, going to pick that up down there. And that is a longbow. So that will be our bow choice. So come down and you have to, I don't think I mentioned this before, you have to get these guys before they teleport out like they just did. Otherwise they vanish. So what you do when that happens is you quit game and reload, and they will reappear. And then you will be able to continue by killing it, which is what we want. Yeah, so this area can be frustrating. Oh my God. So we get 2 large Titanite shards and a twinkling Titanite, which is good, because we'll need all of those. Just kind of recalibrating ourselves. That looks like it would be a shiny up there, but it isn't. It is a flower. It is one of the shiny flowers that, I don't know if they're meant to guide you or anything, but you can't even get up there, so I don't know what the story is. So we're going to head on down. Pardon my phone. We're going to come on down. And down here we are going to get the leather armor and the longbow. And the longbow is what we want. The longbow, I should probably just equip it right now. I think we have the proper stats for that. So it scales A scaling all the way up to S scaling when you get to plus 15, which is signature scaling. It shoots for 50 yards, I think, and does physical damage of 36 plus the bonus damage of 85 because of the intense scaling. So it's a pretty darn good bow to have. It weighs 1, so we do have the stats for it. So we're going to go ahead, put it on our bar, and there we go. Because we're going to be needing that. So we will be getting the bow in addition to the claymore. That's where the thing fell off and died. In addition to the claymore, we are going to be getting it up to plus 15, which is the max level of upgrades. I always struggle with finding this bonfire. I think it's down 1 more level. There's going to be another Black Knight on our way down here, which is going to give us another opportunity to maybe get that sword. You can hear him coming right now. He saw us. There he is. Actually, no. It will give us the opportunity to get that thing. But we want to run past him first, and we want to grab this bonfire that's in here, just in case anything untoward happens. I don't think we're going to be able to hit it. No, we are. And then let's see if we can rest, or he's going to follow us in here. Hey! So, obviously that bonfire is not kindled. We're not going to kindle that bonfire because we're not going to use it very much. I will show you what's down here. There is an elevator, and I will show you what is over there. It is absolutely not, and I could not stress not more intensely, worth the hassle to get the item. I can turn the air back on. It's kind of hot in here. An elevator is moving up. It's the red tearstone ring, which makes you hit harder when you are almost dead. It's a little aura of strength on you when you're almost dead. if you're finding yourself in places where you're almost dying all the time, I guess it could be helpful, but I would suggest that you're maybe playing the game wrong, if that's your situation. But there's a Drake right there. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4 Drakes over across that bridge. So the way to get it is either to kill these things, and they're also the little shiny right there at the top of my head is bandit gear, bandit armor, which is pretty much worthless. Dark Souls is just loves to put little pieces of worthless stuff near you, unless you want the I think a bandit or brigand, one of those armor sets, is right there. These things have an enormous health pool. They don't hit real hard. They're easy to get around, but once you're over there with like, there's actually, 4 over there? So 5 Drakes altogether. And what you do is you run across that bridge and you climb up the ladder to climb all the way up there to the top of this parapet, and the ring, the red tearstone ring is there. So it, if you want it, go get it. But I'm not going to get it because it's a pain in the ass to get over there and get it. He saw me. If you were to come out here and run to the left, that takes you to the Drake that was on the side of the mountain there where we picked up our Dragon Crest Shield and our Restorer Greatsword. Back, I believe, all the way back in episode 1. Many moons ago. So, that's what's down there. So if you want it, go get it. I'm not the kind of guy who's going to say we have to go get every single thing. Uh-oh, the dogs are barking. Because I just kind of don't find it necessary. If it's garbage and it's too much work, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Unless you're a completionist. And I usually am a completionist on my first playthrough, but after that, I'm only a mild completionist, I would say. I do still go and get everything, even though I'm not going to use it. So here we have the perfect example of the Dark Souls leveling, preventing backstabs and such. I don't want to die here because I am in human form, and we're going to need that. So I'll try to bring it in here. Come in here. So treacherous footing is going to be the order of the day here. There we go. And, I kind of don't want to fight him on that ledge out there. Another Black Knight shield. So, good on us. So we get another Black Knight shield instead of that glaive that he has. Or halberd. Okay, so this shield is the Grass Crest shield, and apparently I was rocking my chair a little bit, so I decided to wave. The stupid haptic control. Oh, I'm fat rolling now, I think. Am I fat rolling? I don't think I'm fat rolling. It's hard to tell. Once you're used to... Yeah, it has to be at 50% or higher, so that would be, what, 54? So I'm at 36, so I'm well under that. I was thinking because I put on the bow, it would make me fat roll. But the story is... I was afraid that by putting it on the bow, I would now be fat rolling. But we are not, so good on us. Good on us. Good on us. Okay, now get your annoyance meter ready. Because it's going to break. It's going to go off the chart. Up here. It isn't the most annoying area, but it's my least favorite area. Because it's not even that interesting. It's just annoying. The boss is super cool looking, but that is about it. So up here, if you're to keep to the right here, my room is very bright, so there's a lot of glare on my TV, which is making it hard to see my way here, which could lead to disaster later. This is where we fought Havel. And this is where we opened the door using the master key. This is where we get the Havel ring. So you can come from this side. I don't know why you'd run all the way through there to get here. It's one of those useless doors. Okay, so these enemies hit extremely hard, and you do almost no damage to them. If you're feeling really bold, you can try to run out around the corner. I'll show you here in a second. You can run out around the corner, but way over there in the water is the boss, a Hydra. And the Hydra, you can see its head, or heads, moving up there, will spit water. And the water will take like half your health away if it hits you. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to pull these guys with our brand new fancy longbow. And I'm going to have to get back in the habit of the buttons, because the buttons are different for loading and unloading your longbow. The bow is, you know, one of the reasons to do a quality build is because you get weapons that will work for every situation. I don't know how that missed me. Okay. There's 4 of these dudes. They can drop, I think it's a magic crystal. Oops. You can load 2 different types of arrows, so what happened there was I had the wrong arrow. In Dark Souls 3, you can just push the arrow, the direction pad, the right direction pad, and it will switch automatically. Oh, we got to it. It will switch automatically to your other weapon. But here you have to unload first. About you. Oh, there is the water that I was talking about. So the water will kill. I guess we stepped forward a little too much. The water will kill those dudes. All right. Now we've got to get all the way. We're not even going to worry about that shiny right now. We're going to come back and get that later. We have to get all the way down there. We're probably going to get hit at least once. If we get hit twice, we're probably dead. I'm sort of trying to make peace with letting the humanity go that we have and having to waste another humanity. But you know, we're going to try to get down there. And this fight is the most, and when I say most, I mean most annoying boss fight in the entire game, because it simply takes forever. With our Claymore, we'll see what happens. So we managed to use that tree. All of the trees don't stop the water. Okay, so I'm amazed that we got all the way down here. And once you get here, the water will go over your head. So get them in here. And what will happen is you want your shield up to be blocking, and then you want to then two-hand, and this is the easy head to kill. So you see how little health we're actually taking off. And what you'll do is you'll work down each one of these heads as they go. But if you go farther forward, so there's one head gone. If you go farther forward, there is a ledge. I'll try to show it to you if there's, once we get rid of another couple of these heads. So just refocus on the target. Make sure you're facing forward. You don't take a hit from the thing. Take the target off. It's going to go. So another head. those are the easy. Those are the easy ones. I'm surprised we got 2 hits. Let it go. Right after it goes past, I'm just turning around blindly to hit that head behind. Okay, so you'll see we've got quite a few heads left. So that's a pretty good spot to be in. There's another head. Now that's the head that traps you, because you want to go forward and hit that, and you could fall off the ledge. So, and the other head, did we get the head over here? No, there it is. So we can move a little bit to the left here. And let's see if I can show you that ledge. It's really, there it is. You can see it right there at the top of my helmet. It's really hard to see. I don't know where that other head is going. It's coming back here to this tree. This is about as well as this fight could go at this point. Find your spot here. Find your mark. Nope, we did. And put that shield up. Back in. Oh, hit it. Just out there. Oh, baloney. Back to my spot. And you can move around, but the Hydra also moves in relation where you are. So it's not like it makes the run to the head any faster. In fact, this made it worse. So just come back over here. Oh, shut the water. Thought we were back up there on the water. Okay, so now there is one head left. We got, or 2 heads. Are there 2 heads? So, so it might be missing us now, so we might be able to just do it like this. And I think we had like 40 arrows left, so we're just going to use all... Oh, it's telling us we got 37. We're just going to exhaust our arrows and hope it does the trick. And you do step forward slightly when you use the bow, so be aware. We're going to exhaust all of our arrows, because there's nothing worse than trying to go over there and hit that head and falling off the ledge after you've done all of the work. So, that's why we're doing a quality build, friends. I'm trying to make this game as accessible and easy for everybody. You could try to hit the head. I think it does more damage if you hit the head, but this is working. Plus, we've got those feather arrows as well, but I think we're going to just have to remember to buy more. Okay, the last arrow is the final insult. Okay, so that is that is the Hydra. And you get the Dragon Scale, and you get the Dusk Crown Ring. So if you're a magic build, you have to do this, because that helps your magic, as you're going to see. We're going to continue over this way, and there's going to be an enemy. At this point, we could switch up our armor and put on our rusted iron ring in this spot, which will make it easier to negotiate the water, but I think we'll be fat rolling either way. So if you are a mage class and you're rolling light anyway, feel free to use that, but for right now, this is as fast as we're going to be able to go in the water. There's going to be a golden dude over here who is stronger than... There's supposed to be a golden dude over here. Maybe you have to quit and reset. You might need to be unhumanized to get this part, and then humanized. But I don't think so. There he is. Okay, so you gotta quit and reload. See, stuff like that, it's just unnecessary, I guess, unless they intend you not to know anything that will help you in your playthrough. But we're slow rolling each other, slow walking each other. And basically just use your shield. And it's gonna be, that gets through your shield either way, so you've got plenty of Estus. So this is just going to take... This is why this area is so annoying. And we've got to be careful. Because if we die, we're... Oh, God, I hate when he does that. Tell me, friends, is this not just as annoying as it could get? I mean, some guides will have you doing this much later in the game, just because the enemies are so strong, but there's no reason to. There's no reason not to do this now. There's no ledges to fall off either, so... Just want to keep an eye on my stamina. Yeah, I found a new strategy. Uh-oh. So there's no reason not to do this. So here, Ulasil, or not Ulasil, but,
so,
what's her name?
'Tis thou who rescueth me.
It is.
Most gracious. I am Dusk of Ulasil. I cometh from an age long before. So,
I love the archaic
before
speech.
my home, my hope
So,
is to pass
I'm
this
rocking
profound
my chair.
knowledge to thee, with thine approval. Would this be of assistance to thee?
Sure.
My heartfelt thanks.
Are you
I
pleased
am
beyond
pleased
words?
beyond word. Then I shout, in great thou art in need. It seems that my time is...
Okay. Normally I skip this part because I don't play casters. And I think we have to go all the way back and talk to her and come all the way back again and reload this for the stuff to show up. But I'm going to try right now and see if it works right here. Yeah. So what you have to do next is run all the way back to where we fought the Hydra. And there's going to be a tree there, and that tree is going to have her sign underneath it. You just stick to the shore over here. Work your way back around. The ledge and lose her humanity. Come back over, and here is her sign. And you can come to her, touch her summon sign, and she will arrive.
I am dust. It isn't. I shall follow.
And then you can. Oh, let's learn the gesture first. Our proper bow. Okay, and then you can purchase these rather mediocre spells if you wish, and you can also get this catalyst for casting spells, which is pretty good.
Thou art in need.
But we're going to have to run back one more time. Actually, we have to load and reload after you talk to her. It's always kind of irked me in the Souls games that there's nothing in the game itself that you can learn what to do. You have to absolutely get the tricks off the internet. It's always annoyed me. It's like lazy game design to me. And it's like if you're going to make a game and you have a trick, there should be something in the game's environment that if you are observant or if you complete a particular task, it will tell you what you need to do, rather than have this kind of stuff, which you would never be able to discover on your own. And a lot of people say, oh, it just fosters an online community. That's garbage. It's just dumb. It's dumb, trickety-trick video game trickiness, which is stupid. But I'm here for you so that you can learn the ways. So this gear will help with spells, and you're not afraid to wear a dress. The Crown of Dusk is hugely powerful. You'll look dumb, but it's totally worth it. And what we're going to do is I am going to homeward bone back to our last bonfire, and then I'm going to make our run back. Well, I'll run back on camera here. If you're not interested in the run back, go ahead and you can just exit the video and load up the next one. But basically we're done in this area now, so we can head back up, and we'll head back to Andre. If you stay tuned, that's probably good. Oh, I'm running the wrong direction. It's probably good because what did I do wrong? Yeah, that's the way to go. Because we're going to give him an ember that we got when we killed the moonlight butterfly. I'm missing a turn somewhere. Here it is. Talking about needing a flower as a guidepost, that'd be a good place for one. knocked on the door. Bow wows are going nuts. So that flower is up there as kind of a guide, which is nice. Uh-oh. Guinness just ran through, trying to get to the front. Alright, so we're back to here. We will be coming back here later in our playthrough. We're just going to run past these dudes. We're going to be coming back here later in our playthrough. But for now, that's all we're going to accomplish down here in the Darkroot Basin. So this is where we killed that, whatever it was. It's the lightning. And the big old grabby. And we're back to Andre.
My, that's a rare ember you have. I've seen one of those before. It's the ember of a divine blacksmith. Might you consider leaving that? I could
Of course. So you give him the divine ember? I don't know why you would keep it.
For that. You've made a...
Andre is so helpful for you. So now you can modify your weapon to divine, which is what we're going to want to do with a weapon at some point in the future. And what that will do is allow us to kill skellies a lot faster. Might as well repair while we're here. Oh, I could have taken off my shield. Okay, repair all our stuff.
Don't get yourself killed.
Don't get ourselves killed. Put our Black Knight shield back on. Since we have shields to spare. And we'll come up here, throw in a level. Oh, we get 2 levels. How about that? Keep cranking vitality up at this point. Not that anything's been too terribly challenging, but if you wait for too long and then when you need it, it takes a lot longer to put vitality in. So we'll go ahead and do that at this point. So there it is. The Hydra and the very, very annoying area of Darkroot Basin is knocked out. So we will continue next time. See you guys then.